set up this next topic, by the way? This was your...
So, like, me and Mikey been going back and forth about this.
Yeah.
And, Jason, I'm curious to know what you really think. I feel like the question is basically, is Donovan Mitchell having the best single season ever in Cleveland Cavaliers history? Mike says no. I'm leaning towards yes.
Better than any LeBron season?
I said emphatically, as soon as he sent me the text.
No.
I said
absolutely not.
I said, outside of LeBron, maybe we could have the conversation. But if you include LeBron,
absolutely not.
There was no
People
chance.
be so scared to include LeBron in these comments, man. Ain't nobody thinking about LeBron.
Donovan Mitchell having a better year than LeBron?
Donovan Mitchell already has 4 single-season Cavalier records in his first year.
What are those records?
Most three-pointers made in the season. He's the first Cavalier ever to score 40 points in 3 straight games. He has the most 40-point games in a single season in Cavaliers history. And he scored 71 points. I never seen LeBron James do none of that.
Any of those, to me, none of those really matter. Those are like anomaly things. None of those prove a great season except for the most 3-pointers. That's
a change of game and he's different play style.
But even in the last 5 to 6, 7 years, the game has changed so much in the NBA with scoring going up and everything else. No, absolutely not. Just no.
I mean, LeBron has 2 MVP seasons.
LeBron won MVPs.
And he was 8-time All-NBA first team 8 different times in Cleveland.
Donovan Mitchell's not going to be All-NBA first team, is he?
He might not be All-NBA any team.
Right.
No, I mean, Joe put him on his ballot for first team All-NBA, but I don't
really?
think. Yeah, but I don't think.
But
he probably doesn't.
But Donovan Mitchell's not even in the conversation for MVP, nor should he be.
Donovan is a wonderful player.
Wonderful.
Fantastic player.
But he ain't LeBron.
But he's not in the class of greatest of all time.
So let's parse this out from what Earl said and make it the best non-LeBron season in Cavs history. And I do think you have a legitimate argument to be made that Donovan Mitchell is having the best season for any Cavalier in the history of the organization, not named LeBron James.
I mean,
I suppose
probably right there.
It's like I'd like to make a case for some of those '80s teams, but it's such a different game.
Yeah, it's hard to compare.
The numbers you can't.
So I went back and did the research.
What about Kyrie's best season?
He was third-team All-NBA once. Mark Price was third-team All-NBA 4 times and first-team All-NBA once. In 92-93, Mark Price was first-team All-NBA. And you can see the difference in numbers based on the era and the style of play.
Yeah,
right.
That was a first-team All-NBA. It's the only time a Cav has ever been named first-team All-NBA who isn't LeBron James, who did it 8 times here. 18, 8 assists, 1.2 steals, and they had almost identical true shooting percentages between the two. What Mitchell's done offensively is unmatched by anyone not named LeBron, and Kyrie outside of one season. He's obviously the number one option. Kyrie was never the number one offensive option, so it's not apples to apples. But what Mitchell's been doing this season is straight up silly. Offensively, his scoring efficiency, how many times he's gone off, and especially when they needed it, as Windhorst said, they struggle to score buckets when it's late in games because they just don't have a ton of space. And Mitchell's the only guy who can really put an offense on their back and carry them through these stretches where they do struggle to score.
I don't know why I thought the question was best season without LeBron.
Well,
while I think there's competition, I do think this is probably the best season by a Cav without LeBron. But I don't even think it would make a top 5 LeBron season.
I counted 8 seasons I'd rather have from LeBron than.
I mean, he was here for 11, so I could probably give you 9 or 10 that I would take over Donovan. I mean, and that's no slight on Donovan. Like, I don't want to.
No,
I don't want to make it sound like I'm down on Donovan because I'm not.
Donovan does nothing better than LeBron.
Earl, defend your case.
Shoot threes, I guess.
Well, first of all, Mikey wanted to lead LeBron out. I wanted to lead LeBron in. I don't know if you've all noticed or not. I'm not afraid. So
don't be afraid.
No.
All right, so make your argument.
You got to have LeBron in there. I just feel like this. Yeah, you can say LeBron won 2 MVPs. Yeah. But I've seen Donovan Mitchell do a lot of things in a single season that I've never seen LeBron do in the same year. And that's not to take anything away from how great LeBron is. I never seen LeBron score 71 points.
Fact.
I never seen LeBron score 40 points 3 straight times. I never seen him score 40 points 12 times in a season. I never seen him lead the team in 3-pointers made in a season. It's just a lot of different things.
Right, but again, my argument, Earl, is that none of those things, except for maybe the 3-pointers, those are one game or a couple of games. That's not a whole season. LeBron, in terms of making players around you better, I mean, you tell me, Jason. I don't think it's even close between LeBron and Donovan Mitchell.
The amount of money LeBron has made for everybody else on his team, dwarfs what he's actually made. I did a study on it a few years ago. It's insane. The one I'll give Earl was the 70-point game. I've never seen a single game.
Right, amazing.
In the regular
but that's
season.
not a season.
I've never seen anything like it.
Amazing.
I'll give that
His
one
performance
to
in that game is one of the greatest performances ever. But LeBron, outside of three-point shooting, I guess, LeBron does everything better than Donovan. Is there anything else Donovan Mitchell is better than LeBron?
So this is Mitchell's only season, so I'm going off this season in Cleveland. He's averaging, 4.4 assists and 4.8 rebounds. Pull up his season stats real quick.
LeBron
never averaged LeBron averaged under those ever in 11 seasons in Cleveland. And he averaged over 9
double
assists
that
once.
pretty much most seasons.
Essentially double. I think it's 4.9 rebounds.
Yeah.
But like in totality as a basketball player for everything he does, I mean, I sent it out as a non-LeBron season because I thought it was crystal clear.
If LeBron wanted to score 40 every night, he'd score 40 every game. Every game. He could score 40 in 82 games. If he didn't get hurt and didn't have foul trouble, I absolutely believe he could score 40 points in 82 games if he really wanted to. Like, that's how good he is. Bigger, stronger, faster than everybody else on the floor.
You don't think Donovan can, Jason?
No, I don't think he can.
And I think because Donovan's got to make his shot. He can't take the ball to the basket like LeBron.
I mean, he's good at getting to the rim, but not at LeBron's level.
But not like LeBron, no. He can't dominate physically like LeBron.
Is just brute strength.
Yeah.
It's just brute strength that gets him to his spots. And Donovan's more quickness. You can take some of that away at times. I mean, again, I don't want to make this sound like we're crapping all over Donovan because I'm not at all. He's
not crapping over Donovan.
Year.
He's just doesn't belong in the conversation with LeBron.
Well, it's like if we take LeBron's the best or the second best basketball player that's ever walked the face of the earth. So when you take him out of the equation, it changes everything. When you're comparing even someone who's having a great season to the greatest potentially ever.
Yeah,
it's
Donovan Mitchell's having a magnificent season, but let's see what he does in the playoffs, by the way. That's all that matters. The regular season doesn't mean crap. Nobody thinks highly of James Harden. Why? Puts up huge numbers every year. Doesn't do anything in the playoffs, so nobody thinks of him as an all-time great player.
And Donovan has had tremendous playoff experience.
Right, but he's never gotten
awesome in the playoffs.
Has he even gotten to a conference final?
Not a conference final.
No.
But he did essentially single-handedly beat that. And now that was the bubble.
Yeah.
A little different playoff scenario, but he.
Well, let's see him carry this team over a Boston or Milwaukee.
Yeah.
That's what LeBron would do.
That'll do it.
Yeah. If LeBron's on this team instead of Donovan Mitchell, they're the favorites to win the championship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you all think best non-LeBron season ever, second best Cavaliers single season ever? Is that what I'm hearing?
No, not single best because LeBron.
I said second best.
No, well, I think there's like 8 LeBron seasons that I think you would take over Mitchell.
I mean, I think it's close. You know, Kyrie before LeBron had no talent around him. As much as I'm sick of Kyrie, I mean, Kyrie at his best and Donovan at his best? Who's better?
Donovan.
I'm taking Donovan.
Okay.
I take Donovan.
Donovan at his best and Mark Price at his best.
Again,
it's so hard to compare that.
It's different positions. Like I've said this before, it's hard when you're a point guard. You have so many responsibilities. It's hard when
Kyrie never got assists like a point guard. Like
but I know. But it's Chris Paul is sort of the exception.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. My belief, if your point guard is your best player, you're going to struggle.
It's tough.
You're not going to have a ton of success, like deep playoff runs, championships.
Isaiah Thomas, the last one,
Steph
right?
Curry.
Well, Steph Curry.
Yeah, and look at all the talent around Steph. Yes, he is their best player.
Yeah.
But look at all the talent that they have.
Yeah.
Isaiah, and he had
Joe Dumars. I mean, they had a couple Hall of Famers in
but,
that too.
But when you're so it's not impossible, but when you are so point guard reliant and so heavy on that spot, the role of the point guard, there's so much more involved than just. That's why Donovan can just take the ball and attack because he's got Darius. To handle some of that other stuff.
Earl, I'm gonna go through some LeBron statistically at least. And I don't remember all these games. Obviously, I was a child, but know what you know about Mitchell this year. In LeBron's second season, he averaged 27, 7.5, and 7.5. Take that out of Mitchell.
Second season in the NBA.
27.
20 years old.
Yeah. 27, 7, and 7.5 essentially.
That's just absurd.
His next year, he averaged 31, 7, and 7 again. 31.5, 31.4 is his career high points per game. His next season after that, 27, 7, and 6. So he took a step down. Season after that, 38 and 7. Season after that, 29, 8 and 7. Season after that, his final season in Cleveland, 37.5 and 9. So like,
It's insane.
I mean, it's just
insane.
ridiculous.
and then he comes back later in his last 2 seasons in Cleveland. He's 27.5, 9-9, and 27, 9-9. So like,
I think the question is, are LeBron's 11 seasons the 11 best seasons in Cavaliers history?
no, Mitchell's in the top 10. I'll give Earl that. Mitchell's absolutely a top 10
And
season.
what's hilarious is by the time LeBron came back a second time, he didn't give a damn about the regular season. He didn't care about the regular
Didn't
season.
care.
Didn't care.
Right.
Yeah.
At all. Like said multiple times, man, I don't care where we're at. I don't care who we play. I don't care when
It's
we play.
irrelevant. It didn't matter.
Just get me in, and I'll do the rest.
He
Did
knew he was
not
gonna win
ca-
the East,
Again,
yeah.
they stopped in the middle of the season, went and got drunk in Napa. Like,
Yeah.
that's how little they cared about the regular season.
Wait, fill me in on that. I remember
we
vaguely,
talked-
but I don't.
Oh, yeah. They stopped. We're on a West Coast trip, his last year here, and they stopped the season and went and got drunk in Napa for a day and a half. So we went with them and got drunk in Napa for a day and a half.
Did
Like,
Varden pay for that?
he did not pay for that.
No.
He did not pay for that. And like, oh, that's a great story. And Isaiah Thomas was like trying to come back from the hip and everything, and he was so mad because they would never practice because they were getting drunk. So they had to like
Isaiah Thomas here was such a disaster.
such a
I
disaster.
forgot he was here for a second.
So they had to like stop drinking and sober up and go like find a gym in California and go practice.
That's so
so
funny.
Isaiah could get a run in because he was trying to. Oh,
oh my
it's
God.
that whole season was amazing. But
Did LeBron ever buy
did-
you dinner?
No,
Never.
no, we never.
Does LeBron pay for anything?
No. Did you see like his tweet the other day about
Yeah,
like
he's
about to lose his blue check because
he's not paying for Twitter
Which,
Blue.
by the way,
Which-
I ain't paying for that
He
crap.
I
is.
was the one
He
dope
did.
who paid for it.
You paid for it?
Yeah.
Oh, shame
Bad
on
job out of you.
Yeah,
What's
bad job
the
out of you.
Why?
Because for what? For what?
Well, he does promote his podcast. And
That's how I promote my podcast.
All right, fine. Well, you
know?
go right ahead. I am not paying for that crap.
Me either.